Mr. Neumeister, does this photo appear to be one that you have analyzed as part of your analysis in this case?
There were many versions of this photo. I would say there were dozens of different versions with different chromatic values, different file sizes, different physical sizes. Some had been through Photos 1 or Photos 3, which are photo editing software programs.
Your Honor, at this time, I'd like to show Mr. Neumeister's demonstrative, Plaintiff's Exhibit 1303.
All right. Any other objection?
I would object again, Your Honor, because the photograph in 170A is not in evidence.
All right.
The photograph is in evidence. None of the photographs he wishes to show the jury are in evidence.
1303 is in evidence over objection. Not in evidence, I'm sorry, as a demonstrative.
Just as a demonstrative.
I'm sorry.
Could we go to publishing this very please? And Mr. Neumeister, what does this demonstrative show about the photos that you analyzed?
Well, they appear to be similar. However, if you look below at the file sizes, one on the left is 712 kilobytes. The one in the middle is 489 kilobytes. And the one on the right is 524 kilobytes. Now, what's unusual about that is these photos will not digitally fingerprint with each other. They won't hash. In other words, forensically, they don't match. But the thing is, you could say, well, it was sent through email, maybe it's a different size. The file sizes, for example, would be possibly, you can select the file size, you send a photo, but there's no way to authenticate any photo that was presented in the way the evidence was collected.
And so what conclusions do you draw from that?
Well, this is just three of many of the same type of photos that are all different sizes and have different chromatic, which means color.
Objection, Your Honor. We just had a ruling on this.
All right. Sustained objection.
Mr. Neumeister, stick to your opinions that relate specifically to what you analyzed about the EXIF data, please.
All three of these photos had to go through some type of transformation to change sizes.
We can take that one down. You mentioned Photos 1.5 and Photos 3.0 earlier, I believe.
Photos.
What is that?
Photos 3 and Photos 1.5 are editing programs that Macintosh or Apple put out with their product. It's for editing photos. In other words, you would put a photo in and you would change the colors, or you would crop it, or you would clarify it by enhancing, for example, the sharpening, or you could darken it. But when you save a photo through an editing program, you leave a mark on the EXIF data.
And what is the EXIF data?
The EXIF data is the data that is embedded in a photograph that tells you a lot about the photograph. And again, in the early days when we were using film cameras, you would write down the f-stop, which is the light setting. You would write the type of lens you use, the time of day, the type of film stock, the type of filters you're using. Now with digital cameras, that's done electronically, and there's about 1,000 lines of code, of which 50 are probably important, that tell you what the camera was doing.
So what's the significance of EXIF data in your photo analysis?
Well, in this situation, I can see that normally where the operating system of the camera would be, which means the version that of the operating system the phone is running on, it would normally say something like, I'll just throw out an arbitrary number, 9.1.3 operating system for iOS, which is Apple's iPhone operating system.
Busted.
Instead of saying that, it says software Photos 3.0 or Photos 1.0. That means that the photo had to be rendered, which means composited together in an editing program.
Oh, Photoshop.
Did you prepare a demonstrative that shows some of your analysis of some of the EXIF data of the photos in this case?
Oh, this
Yes, I
is
did.
gold.
Can we pull up 1304, please?
This is gold.
Your Honor, may I approach?
You okay?
Oh, solid proof, man. This is solid proof, man. GG, good game, man.
Permission to publish as a demonstrative, Your Honor.
Any objection?
Daddy
Any
won.
objection, Mr.
I'm sorry,
Murray?
Your Honor. My
She wishes to
co-counsel's talking.
publish
I'm
it
so sorry.
as a demonstrative.
No objections demonstrative.
All right, thank you. We'll publish it as 1304, just as a demonstrative.
And Mr. Neumeister, are these images in this demonstrative excerpts from the report you prepared in this case?
Oh, yes,
And what
sir.
do they show?
On this particular photo, and on all of them, it shows the first few lines of EXIF data, the ones that would be most important for this photograph. So, for example, things you would see, the very top line would be the make of phone. It's an Apple iPhone.
Holy
6.
shit.
And then the resolution is 72 pixels per inch, 72 to 1.
Holy shit.
And instead, where it says software, on a normal iPhone photo, it would, instead of saying Photos 3, it would say the software version, for example, 9.3.1. And then
Boom.
you've got the date and the time of the photo below that.
Oh my
which
God,
is
she's-
really easy to change in an
she's
EXIF
dead.
editor. And below that, you have things like the like the flash. You've got the exposure type, how long the exposure was. So what you just highlighted there again was the date and time. So that's universal time code minus whatever area you're in the world.
Anything else you want to show us with this demonstrative?
Yeah, just below that, if you look, there's some things that would say, for example, a directly photographed image. That is not going to be necessarily accurate once it's been through an editor. It will always pretty much say that. So when you're looking at scene type or auto exposure, these are things that really don't matter all that much. What would matter is, for example, if you're taking notes, the focal length would be important, the pattern of metering, things like that to a photographer would be important. And again, this is just a few lines, and the reason I put these in there was just to explain a bit what EXIF data is. The actual thing I'm trying to point out is the fact that instead of an operating system, it shows the editing program that was used on this photo.
Are there additional photos that you did this analysis for?
Yes, many.
Okay.
Holy
Can you
shit.
scroll to the next page, please, Tom?
Oh my god, GG.
Is there anything about this photo that you noted as part of your analysis, Mr. Neumeister?
Yes, again, it's right there, you've got Photos 3.0 on that particular photo.
Oh my
And I
god.
think, we pretty much covered what the stuff is, but again, you see the Photos 3.0. And again, this could not come out of an iPhone this way. This would go into a computer, be edited, and rendered through the photo editor. And this would then be embedded in the EXIF data.
Do you have other photos in this demonstrative?
Yes.
All right, can we scroll to the next page?
Same thing. You've got up here in the top, you've got the Photos 3.0, and this is throughout a lot of the photos that are in evidence, or versions of the photos in evidence, were gone through Photos 3.0 or Photos
Yeah,
1.5, an earlier version.
You're going to jail.
Can we scroll to the next?
Holy
page?
shit.
And
Holy
what
shit.
about this one?
Same thing, Photos 3.0. And again, in a photo editing app, you can do an awful lot of things. So when you see Photos 3.0, first of all, you know it's not anywhere near an original. There's going to be compression artifacts because it's a JPEG file.
All right, I'll sustain the objection. Next question.
Can we move on to the next page of this demonstrative?
Oh
please?
my god. Photoshop,
And
man.
again, same thing.
Game over.
You've
Case
got
closed.
the Photos app.
Okay. And I believe there's one final photo in this demonstrative. What about this one?
Again, if you look up there, it says Photos 3.0 on that particular photo.
All right, we can take that one down. Your Honor, I have a little bit left. I don't know if you wanted to.
All right, you want to take our afternoon? Let's go ahead and take our afternoon recess.
Oh
do
my
not discuss the
God.
case and don't do any outside research.
Holy shit. She's dead. Amber Heard is dead, man. Amber Heard is done. Woo! Let's go. First reaction.
Mr. Neumeister, we're going to go ahead and play the demonstrative that you prepared, and then after the jurors had a chance to see it, if you want to explain to them what the demonstrative shows, that would be great.
Yes, ma'am.
Can you publish it?
Photos 3.0
No, this.
iOS. Oh my god, it's a makeup. Holy shit.
So, Mr.
Holy.
Neumeister, what was depicted in that video?
The same photo treated two different ways. One was marked with the original
Holy shit.
or with the operating system from an iPhone, which is iOS 9.3.1 on that particular photo. The one this is 9.3.1, there's a graphic below indicating it. The second photo is marked Photos 3, and it looks quite a bit different.
And just, Tom, could we pull up defendant 708? Mr. Neumeister, does the image in defendant 708 appear to be similar, same photo as what was depicted in your demonstrative?
It's actually just the Photos 3.0 edit version.
Thank you. We can take that one down, Tom.
What the fuck, man? Boom!
Mr. Neumeister, have
Wait.
we also formed an opinion about defendants exhibits
But
712
the
and
3.0.
713?
Correct.
Did you prepare a demonstrative that shows,
Your Honor, exhibits 712 and 715 are outside the scope.
I can show you if you'd like, Your Honor.
Damn. Amber is dead. Amber is dead, man. GG, guys. GG. Well done. Well done, Doc. Well done, Doctor. Give you a thumbs up. MVP.
All right, could we pull up plaintiff's exhibit 1306, Tom? And Your Honor, this is another video that, oh, can you pause that, please? This is another video that we prepared. It's not published yet, so I'm happy to play it once through. So that
Play it once through. This is 1306.
Before and after.
I would just request, what exhibits are they? I'm sorry, Your Honor. What exhibits are these that are in this video? It doesn't say. I don't know.
yeah, I tried to get my question out a moment ago. Defendant 712 and 713, Your Honor.
12 and 713. Okay, 1306 then would be identified and please publish.
And if we could go ahead and play that, please.
Let's go.
Tom?
Slow motion. Wow. Photoshop. Oh my god.
And Mr. Neumeister, what's your, what do we see here in this demonstrative?
There's Exhibit 712, I believe you have. I'm not sure the date's number, 712 and 713. They're two separate exhibits, except it's the exact same photograph that's been, one's been edited, one hasn't. Or I can't say that one hasn't, but the colors have been modified in an editor.
Objection, Your Honor. Beyond the scope of your ruling, talking about colors. It keeps happening.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Oh.
Mr. Neumeister, did you form an opinion in this case about the authenticity of the photos that you reviewed of Ms. Heard?
Well, first of all, nobody can identify the authenticity of the photos, of any of the photos. Marked Photos 3, Photos 1, or just marked with the operating system number. And the reason is the manner of collection. So these came from an iTunes backup. Now, what is an iTunes backup? It's
Objection,
not-
Your Honor. I'm sorry. You're beyond the scope of your ruling. EXIF metadata, this keeps happening.
Your Honor, may I approach on this one?
He's the expert or you are the expert, idiot lawyer. Stupid. Still smiling. That's Merc. Evil's Merc.
So, Mr. Neumeister, without going into the specifics, what's your opinion about the authenticity of the photos you received from Ms. Hurd?
Based on the way they were collected, there would be
Objection,
no...
Your Honor. We just ruled on this.
I framed my question, Your Honor, to avoid the issue that you're concerned about. Mr. Neumeister, what's your opinion about the authenticity here?
There's no way for any forensic expert to validate any of these photos.
Thank you very much. No further questions.